There were many questions than answers after President Ruto appeared in public for the first time without his usual Aide camp (ADC), well known as bodyguard. This was noticed when he attended interdenominational prayers in Eldoret near his Sugoi home. President had also left behind tens of security guys he travels with. In fact, at some point when he went for blessings, no security guy left their seats to escort him as it's used to. President Ruto has been rated as the highly protected president in Kenya's history. This happening left many Kenyans wondering why President Ruto left out his ADC and the entire heavy security. Many attributed this to him being at home, but allow me to educate you why this may happen during presidency. ADC marks an official function, event or trip. Represent the presidency. The flag the president always goes with on his car. In fact, the ADC is supposed to board the vehicle that has the presidential flag and Kenyan flag. When president is on a private trip like the one Ruto had, going to his Sugoi home without his flags, then he has the choice to allow or disallow the company of his ADC. From this video, you can see President Ruto alight from his famous Lexus LX 570 KCU that he used during the campaigns. An ADC's role, which is performed by a military officer, is mostly ceremonial, to give the presidency dignity and honor. He usually follows the president whenever he goes out on official duties. He is supposed to escort the president out of State House into a waiting car, opening the door, then standing at attention and saluting when the president sits on the back seat. He then closes the door and occupies the front passenger seat. ADCs are more visible during public events, but retire to their residences once the president takes a break. The role of the president's Aide camp has been misunderstood for many years, as some Kenyans refer to him as bodyguard. The ADC is a personal assistant to the president to be able to bring him up to date on the various programs that are ahead of him and so on. That was basically the role, and of course, he has to be a bit curious to know what's going on so that he can have to work closely with the presidential escort commander to make sure that things are working right. Even when they are doing the overall program, whether it's going to Mombasa, Kisumu, wherever, when they had done it, they would still come and show what they have done and ask for his view and if they have ignored something. President Ruto ADC Colonel Lengusuranga took over from Timothy Rakorol, who was promoted by former President Uhuru Kenyatta to brigadier and deployed to the Department of Defense headquarters. His first day on duty was to accompany President Ruto as he attended the burial of Jack Gachagua, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua's brother in Madera, Nyeri County. The new ADC is deputized by Lieutenant Colonel Damaris Agneta, also from the Kenya Army. She takes over from Rachel Duta Kamui, who was promoted to a full colonel and deployed to the Department of Defense headquarters, DOD. Colonel Lengusuranga was commissioned in 1999. He is a seasoned and decorated military officer serving as a senior Special Forces branch commander. Lieutenant Colonel Damaris Agneta was commissioned in 2003 and has been serving as an artillery officer. She has also served in the UN Observer Mission. The former ADC was from the Kenya Navy, while his deputy was from the Kenya Air Force. The ADC is the military officer who stands behind the president and commander-in-chief of the Kenya Defense Forces during official functions. The ADC receives gifts and other items on behalf of the president, escorts the president to waiting cars, as well as ensure that the president's seat at any function is properly set as he sits. The ADCs also carries the president's personal items such as mobile phones and speeches when going to functions. He or she is also expected to provide advice and assistance to hosts of official functions on behalf of the president.